What's up, everybody? Khaled Iwamura here from inhalton.com. I'm here with the one and only Mayor of Burlington, Marianne Meed Ward. How you doing?
Really well. Yeah, the one and only, huh?
Well, you are the one and only.
That is true.
So, yeah, and we haven't talked in a couple of months, so I hope everything's going well.
Very busy. Yeah, good busy though. Lots of great things happening.
Awesome, cool. So I'll get right at it. Parking. Okay, parking at the Bateman conservation site. The city appears to be reluctant to expand, the parking to multi-level story garage or onto the field behind the school. Residents fear that people are going to start parking on the streets, double parking, triple parking. How is the city going to handle this?
Well, first we're going to let the new users, the first group of people, move in to see whether we actually need more parking, because the parking projections are just that. They're based on projected uses, an old zoning bylaw, which we are in the process of updating. So we don't know how much we need. All we know is what our zoning bylaw says we need. And I invite people to drive by any large mall or retail plaza today and see the acres and acres of empty parking. So we don't want to touch green space if our projections for required parking are off and have all this asphalt sitting there.
Okay. Without provincial government intervention, are you afraid the Ontario Land Tribunal will allow housing development to take place at Millcroft Golf Club?
Well, we have a very strong case to present at the tribunal that this has been zoned open space. It's designed for natural stormwater conveyance. It's a floodplain. These are not areas where we want to see development. We don't need the 90 plus homes that are proposed here to meet our housing pledge. We can do that and then some with our existing plan, which doesn't compromise green space, doesn't build in the green belt, doesn't expand our urban boundary. So we can do our share on housing without this. And we've learned that green space is critically important for our community. In fact, we had a recent independent study commission saying that Burlington needs more urban green space, especially for all the growth that we're accommodating. So we don't want to see development on green space. This is not going to be affordable housing either, or rental units. The projections are they're probably going to be the $1.5 to $2 million homes. So we believe we have a better plan to accommodate growth than putting it on green space. We will absolutely make that case at the tribunal. I think it's a strong one. And also, we are asking the province to help us. They should be stepping in to protect green space, just as they ultimately backed off of developing in Greenbelt for very similar reasons. You don't build in areas that we want to see as natural stormwater conveyance, where there's lots of birds and fish and amphibians, turtles that are living there. It's a very diverse ecosystem, and we mess with that at our peril.
Sticking with the golf course, Talladega Golf Course, city owned. It's changing from, is it 18 to 9?
That is a proposal. There's no done deal. And that's really important for the community to know that we're out there consulting right now. There was a major meeting just a couple of days ago. There's more to come. There's online option. The city is proposing to keep the same amount of green space, but have longer holes and fewer of them. So instead of 18-hole, a 9-hole course, do some redesign of the holes, because some of the area houses around are getting errant balls flying, so there's a bit of a safety issue and concern, but no decisions have been made. And I've certainly heard from a lot of people in the community that a lot of them don't want to change from an 18 to a 9-hole, but they are looking for additional amenities beyond being a golf course, making it an all-season place. I mean, my kids learned how to toboggan on the hill there, so that's a good use. Making some walking trails that are off season for the community to enjoy. So this is very precious green space as well. We're going to protect that. I know there's rumors out there about, does this mean one day it'll be sold off and developed? The answer is absolutely, emphatically no. That is not going to happen, at least not on my watch. So this is about preserving recreational uses there, but we want to talk to the community about what those should be.
Awesome. It looks like residents groups are gearing up for another fight for the proposed expansion of the Nelson Quarry. The residents are looking for city help. Does Burlington prepare to take a stance?
We will be once all of the information is complete, the reviews, and of course, advice from our legal counsel. So stay tuned. We hope to have an announcement soon. But we can say, because this is public, that our staff have identified a number of major concerns with the proposal as rendered.
Okay. There are reports of tent communities appearing in Burlington. Can you confirm this, or do you know the locations?
So we are aware from time to time of people who are sleeping outside. Some have tents, some have other kinds of shelter. When that happens, we have a multi-tiered response, mostly through Halton Region, because they're the keepers of our social services and our housing portfolio. So there are shelters, one in Oakville, one in Burlington. We also have agreements with motels and hotels locally. If someone is currently homeless and needs shelter, we can put them up while we are looking to find assistance housing for the long term. Halton Regional Police folks will visit areas where they find somebody who is temporarily staying outside and offer them all of the services that are available. So we are aware that from time to time, people will see tents or see people sleeping outside, and it's a growing issue because we have a housing crisis, we have a homelessness, mental health addictions crisis in our country, and of course we're seeing it right here in Burlington. And myself and other mayors and councillors across the country have advocated for help from provincial and federal governments through my relationship with the Ontario's Big City Mayors Caucus, through my work at Association of Municipalities of Ontario and other tables. We need their help. We can't do this all alone. And ultimately, this is about getting the right kind of care to people so that nobody has to spend the night outdoors.
Have you heard of kind of like congregation of tents in the city, or is it just one or two here and there?
Yeah, there's nothing that is permanent the way some municipalities have experienced. Okay. So there are areas where we have heard stories of people sleeping outside, and we will, as I said, we will go and send folks to talk with them and to offer them the services that are available so that people do not have to spend the night outside. And typically that does resolve the issue. But then, another time in another part of the city, we will see more of this just because the need is growing. So our staff are working very closely with police, with Halton Region, with social service agencies to develop a very comprehensive response in addition to what we already do, so that we can be prepared, we have a plan, and that people can get the care they need in the most appropriate way. Nobody in our country should be sleeping outside. Unless you want to in a tent at a campground, Yeah. But we're a country that looks after people. No one should have to experience chronic homelessness. Okay.
The most popular article in Halton.com has ever had this year in 2023 was about the Queen's Head pub. So do you know what's going in there? And yeah, I guess that's a question. Do you know what's going in there?
Yeah, so the current restaurant operator has vacated the pub, and there will be a new restaurant owner moving in. A number of people have expressed concern about, could it be demolished? Could it be redeveloped? It is actually on our heritage registry, which gives the city the opportunity at any time, if it meets criteria, which I know it does, to designate it, which protects it in perpetuity. And those conversations are happening right now. About potentially formally designating this to protect the building. So there's no demolition permit now. There's no development happening. It's safe for now, but thinking long term, we want to make sure that we give it as much protection as we can.
Awesome. Okay. And did you say there's another restaurant going in?
There is. I don't know what it is, but that is my understanding. It's just awesome. A new tenant. Yeah.
Okay. And Mayor, is there anything else you want to talk about? Those are all my questions.
Oh, there's lots going on, but no, that's good.
That's good. All right. Okay. Okay, Mayor, I'll catch you next month then.